Hi guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and if it's not your first time, then welcome back and thank you for watching another one of my videos. Hopefully this whole setup looks better. I tried to arrange myself better, so I know that when I would do my other videos I was behind or in front of curtains, and then for another video I was kind of facing towards my TV, or facing towards the other way, so the opposite way, so I was the TV was in the background, which was not cute at all. This is my little vanity. It's kind of messy now that I actually look at it. So I'm trying to organize my room and trying to just fix all my stuff. I have a lot of stuff that doesn't have a place, so that's why some random stuff are on my vanity. I really want to do better videos for you guys and improve everything. I'm also starting to get, I think, a little bit more comfortable in front of the camera, which, you know, is a huge step for me, because if people know me from my past, I'm not very outgoing, so the whole making videos is something that I really wanted, but I know that I needed to push myself to be more open, push myself to just be more open and be more out there. So I'm trying to do that. I think I've been getting better at it. Yeah, so anyways, today's video, so if you guys read by the caption, this video is gonna be my favorite Netflix shows. So I really wanted to do this video because I do watch a lot of Netflix, especially now that we've been quarantined. I've been watching rewatching old shows, and I was kind of just thinking I don't know, I feel a lot of the shows that I watch are kind of mainstream, a lot of people know them, but the other day I mentioned a show that actually not a lot of people knew, so I was kind of oh, I feel this will be a good video for people who are looking for new shows to watch. And if you've watched all of the shows that I'm going to mention today, then I'm sorry I couldn't give you something new to watch, but maybe you'll rewatch them. Yeah, so today's video is just going to be about that, me telling you my favorite Netflix shows. I guess I'll kind of give a brief explanation about them, so you can see if you're interested in it or not. Let's get into it. I put all the names of the shows that I could think of. I'm pretty sure I missed some, but I put the most that I could think of on my iPad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open that up, because there was a lot, and then when I was writing them down, I was kind of I feel there's some missing. So then I went on Netflix and went through my already watch or watch again, and there was a lot that I missed. So there's a lot. I watch a lot of TV, which is really bad. Okay, so let's get into it. So the first show that I wrote down was The Vampire Diaries. I didn't write the shows down in any specific order, from my favorite to least favorite. It's kind of just all over the place. So all the shows I really like. Yeah, so to start off, I wrote down The Vampire Diaries. Obviously the show is about vampires, but I think it's really good. I'm team Damon, you know. I absolutely fell in love with Damon. He's so handsome. I love how Damon and Elena were together. I chipped them together. I don't know. I thought they were a really cute couple together. A lot of people like her more with Stefan, but that's another conversation. If you guys have seen this show, then let me know which team you're on, but I was team Damon, so yeah. So whatever team you're on, comment it down below. I just want to see how many of you guys have seen this show, and then what team you're on. There's a part where I cry so much, but I kind of don't want to give any spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen the show. But if you guys have seen the show, you guys know, I don't know if you're sentimental like me, there's so many parts where I just cried. But the next show is The Office. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have seen the show. It's a very well-known show. A lot of people don't like it because they say that the humor is not funny, but I think it's really funny. So if you're looking for a funny show to watch, The Office is so great. I actually watch it every night to help me go to sleep, because I don't know if I've mentioned, but I get a lot of panic attacks, so I like to listen to something before I go where I'm falling asleep, so I don't really think. The overthinking, I think, is what gets to me, so listening to a show helps me. But I rewatched The Office 20 times, legit 20 times. I think it's such a good show. I think it's, every time I rewatch it, I understand more jokes and more insiders, and it just always makes me laugh. So if you're looking for a show that makes you laugh, The Office is so good. And I know a lot of people who like have watched it and then they say that they like just don't find it funny, or they just like think it's boring from the beginning. And let me just tell you, the first season is like not the best. I think it's funny now because I know like what comes ahead, but just get past the first season, or if you want, skip the first season and then go back later. But as soon as you get past the first season, you'll understand that it is funny. So the first season is not the best. Don't judge it by the first season. That's all I have to say. The next show is New Girl. So I don't know how many of you guys have seen this show. I actually don't know that many people that have seen this show. I feel like it's not very well known, but I really like it. I guess to give kind of like a brief explanation, it's like humor. It's like I guess you can say like dumb humor. I don't know if that's a good thing, but like kind of like stupid humor. But I think it's really funny, and it's pretty much like this girl who moves into an apartment with these like, it's 4 guys. Every now and then like one leaves though, but like 4 guys pretty much. And yeah, it's just like her life with them, but it's really funny. I think it's a really good show, and I've rewatched it a lot of times too. The next show I want to talk about is Criminal Minds. So if you like the whole like I guess like crime shows like NCIS and stuff like that. I actually haven't seen NCIS, but I've watched Criminal Minds and I think it's so good. So it's pretty much like FBI, the FBI what are they? They're like profilers, so they're FBI profilers, and they like find the criminal by, so they're pretty much profilers. And I think it's really interesting how like they can find someone just by like the crimes they do and like their signatures and like the people they choose. I don't know, it's just like super interesting. So if you guys like crime shows, I definitely like recommend Criminal Minds. I think it's such a great show. I rewatched it twice already. I feel like that's not really a show that you can rewatch that many times, because once you know who it is, it kind of like defeats the purpose. Like, oh my god, I didn't know it was him, or I don't know, something like that. So I really like it though. I rewatched it 2 times, so that's another favorite. Next. Okay, the next is kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine, which is Glee. A lot of people hate on this show so much, but I think it's a really good show. My boyfriend personally thinks that they ruined that they ruined like so many great songs, which I guess I can see because they sing a lot of popular songs, and like they sing a lot of oldies too. So I guess I could see how they kind of like would ruin some songs. It's a lot of drama, so I guess if you guys are looking for a show that's like dramatic, that's definitely a dramatic show. But I think it's really good. Me personally, like when Finn passed away, or Corey actually passed away, I kind of stopped watching the show after that, because I actually did get really like sad that it happened, because it was such like an unfortunate thing. Like, he was very young, and I guess when everybody passes away that young, it's very sad to see. So that's like a little thing. I remember the show that they dedicated to him. I could not stop crying. I guess that's not really a spoiler because he actually like did pass away. But the show itself is really good. So if you guys are looking for like a dramatic show, I personally like Glee, but I guess that's kind of like a guilty pleasure. Okay, I was having so many issues with my phone, so I had to borrow my sister's phone. For some reason, like, it just keeps stopping the video, so I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so if it looks a little different and it keeps looking a little like inconsistent, that's why. The next show I'm gonna talk about is Parks and Rec. If you don't like The Office, you probably won't like this show because it is very similar to The Office. But then again, I actually know some people who don't like The Office but do like Parks and Rec, so maybe you'll actually like Parks and Rec. They are similar, but at the same time, like, they are very different. Like, the humor is, I guess the humor is pretty different. It's still kind of like, some are still kind of like insiders and stuff, but it's a very funny show. So if you don't like The Office, then maybe you'll like Parks and Rec, so give it a try if you haven't watched that yet. And if you do like The Office, I'm pretty sure you'll like Parks and Rec, so give that a try too. That one is very funny. It's about like people who work in the parks department, like for the government. Doesn't sound that interesting, but it's really, really funny, so you should definitely give that a try. Next show I'm going to talk about is What's New Scooby-Doo. I'm pretty sure we have all seen this show when it would come out on Cartoon Network, and you used to watch it like when it would come out like in the night, or I don't know if it would come out during the day, but I personally was so happy when I saw that they put it on Netflix, because it was like just reminding me of the times I used to watch the shows when I was younger. So if you guys didn't know that What's New Scooby-Doo is on Netflix, it is. I think it still is, and the last time I checked it was. So that's another show if you didn't know it was on there. The next show is Jane the Virgin. I know a lot of people who like this show, and I know a lot of people who hate this show, but I personally really like it. It's like a novela, but in English. So like the drama, the everything like that, but in English. I think it's really good. I really love the ending. I'm not gonna like spoil it or anything, because I don't want to give spoilers to any of the shows. Just in case you haven't watched them, you can go ahead and give that a watch. But I really like the ending. I think everybody ended up pretty happy. Normally how like novelas pretty much end happy, it ended pretty happy. I wasn't really like how they have like Team Raphael, Team Michael. I wasn't really any of them. I was like both of them at different times. So I don't know, but if you guys had like a team for this show too, comment that down below. I just want to know how many of you guys have seen this show too. The next show I want to talk about is Grey's Anatomy. So this show is very, very, very well known. There are a lot of people who love this show, and there are a lot of people who hate this show. I feel like it's like that for every show. Me personally, I loved it. It just made me really sad. Like if you're like a person like me who is very sentimental and gets very sad very easily, I feel like this show will make you very sad too. But all in all, it's a pretty good show. It's pretty dramatic too, but I really liked it. But after a certain person passed away, I know like a lot of people pass away in the show, even like main characters, but like as soon as one specific one, I just feel like I just couldn't watch it anymore. It just wasn't the same for me. And people who have watched it already, I feel like you'll know who, like which death was like, well, there's so many deaths that are just so like important, like, and they were pretty main characters, but this one in specific, if you guys have watched it, I feel like you'll know. So after he passed away, I just couldn't watch it no more. But still a really good show. Okay, the next show is, I guess, like a kind of like another guilty pleasure. It was Narcos. I actually watched both of them. I watched the one in Mexico, and I watched the one with Pablo Escobar, so it was like the first one. The first one is like the original one is like very, very dirty, but that's just, I don't know, like it's very dirty, so just like expect that. But both of them are really good, and for the one in Mexico, that took place, I really like Michael Pena. I like his acting. I think he's really funny. Obviously in this, in the Narcos Mexico, it was not like a funny role for him at all, but I think he did a really good job. I really liked it. I think both of them are really good. My boyfriend would not give that one a try. Like, he just has not watched it, and I feel like he'll never watch it. But I thought it was really good. It was really entertaining, and yeah, so that's another show. If you guys have seen that show, let me comment that down below too. I just want to see like which shows like you guys have actually watched and which shows like you guys haven't watched. Okay, the next show is kind of like another of my guilty pleasures. The acting in this show is so horrible, like so horrible, but like they always end the season with like something that's like they leave it with a cliffhanger, and that's why when the next one comes out, I just like have to watch it because I need to know what happened. But this one is On My Block. I'm pretty sure like this show is very well known too. A lot of you guys have seen this show, or I feel like a lot of people that I know and like my friends and stuff, they watch this show. My boyfriend won't give this one a try either, and like I don't blame him for this one because the acting is not that good, but it's still so like entertaining. Like I'm still so entertained watching it. The last season was kind of like to me, but the ending again, like the way it ends just gets you. So that show's kind of like another guilty pleasure. Okay, the next show is Gossip Girl. This show is very, very dramatic, and like everybody dates everybody in that show, but I really liked it. I thought it was so entertaining. It's very, very, very dramatic, but I really like this one. This one's just like a bunch of like rich kids, and they're like what they go through and everything. And like there's like somebody who like writes blogs about them. I guess they're like blogs. Are they? I think they are. They're like blogs, and yeah, it ends kind of crazy too. I think the ending doesn't make sense, kind of, if you think about it, but it's still a good show. But I guess that's also like another show that my boyfriend will not give a try because it is very dramatic. But I really liked it, and I have a lot of friends that like it. The next show is Stranger Things. I did not want to watch it in the beginning, like when everybody was talking about it, but then once I gave it a try, like I actually really liked it too. I consider this one kind of like another like guilty pleasure because it's like, I don't know, like it's like the acting is not as bad like it's like on my blog, but I don't know, like it's still a pretty good show. I think it's really interesting. The season that just ended was like pretty like sad to me, but I can't wait for the next season to come out. I'm super excited for it. So I actually really like Stranger Things. It's very interesting, and I don't know, like it's just, I think it's really cool. The next show is The Fosters. So I didn't watch it when it was like on TV. I think it was like on ABC Family, or now it's called like Freeform or something like that. But so yeah, but I started watching it like because it was on Netflix, and it was very dramatic too, like a very like, it's just like drama. But I really liked it. I thought it was a really good show. The Fosters is pretty much, I'm pretty sure like the name is like self-explanatory. Like it's like they're like foster parents, and they take in like a lot. I think only one of them is actually like their son, like this one of the mom's son, but the rest of them are like adopted. And yeah, I think it's really good. The next one is Once Upon a Time. I never finished this show, but I thought it was really good like in the beginning. This one's just like a bunch of fairy tales like and brought into like real life. It was really good. I really liked it, and like it like puts the people that are like in the modern time, but then goes back to when they were like in their stories. So like it's like a bunch of fairy tale people in like modern world, and then it like there's scenes where they go back and it's like the old people. I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it, but it's really good. So if you guys are like interested like into like fairy tales and stuff, I think that's a really good one. I swear guys, everything is going wrong. Like my light just died, and then like I had to switch the batteries, and I just put batteries in it today. So like, but whatever, we're almost done with the video, so hopefully I can get through it without something else happening. Next, Dexter. I actually only watched the first season of this show because I don't remember why I didn't finish it. It was like a while ago, but my mom started watching it, and I started like watching a couple episodes with her, and it's really, really good. If you guys don't know what Dexter is about, it's pretty much someone who's like, I think he's in forensics, and he murders the bad people. So he murders like the serial killers pretty much, and like he doesn't get caught. So that's a really good show too. It's really interesting. Okay, 4 more guys, please, nothing else happen. Okay, the next show is a show that has been like trending pretty recently, which is You. I actually started watching it before I found out that like other people would watch it, because I watched it as soon as it came out on Netflix. But because I knew Dan, the guy in the show, which his name is, what is his name in the show? I completely forgot what his name was. Oh, Joe? Yeah, Joe. His name is Joe. But he's Dan in Gossip Girl. So when I saw that, I started watching it with my cousins. I watched the first episodes with them. So You is pretty much about a guy who gets obsessed with the girl he like likes, and it's just so crazy. Like it's so crazy. That's another show to watch. It's kind of weird, but it's good. Like I think it's good. So that's another show. It's called You. Next, I recently just discovered this show. I just watched it maybe like a month ago. I watched this show like about a month ago. Can you hear my sister? So this one is Good Girls. This show is really funny. It's about like, they're all moms, yeah. It's about three moms who like need money, so they start not selling drugs, but they start like kind of like laundering the money. But it's really funny. I think it's really good. So this one's called Good Girls, and yeah, I'm waiting for them to put the next season on Netflix, but I think it's still on TV, like on cable. So I have to wait until like the season ends and they actually put it on Netflix. If you guys have seen Parks and Rec, Donna from Parks and Rec is in there. She's one of the main characters, so one of the moms, and I think it's really funny. The next show is, okay, this show is like definitely a guilty pleasure because it is so bad, but I could not stop watching. It was I don't know how you say it. Insatiable. But the show is like horrible. Like honestly, like it's kind of bad, but I just like couldn't stop watching it. But there was like a lot of things in the show that I didn't like either. But I don't know. That's like another show. Like if you're really bored and you have nothing to watch, I guess give it a try. It's not that good, but for some reason like I couldn't stop watching it and I actually watched all of it. So that's another one. The last show I'm gonna talk about is so good. It's honestly one of the shows that I put up there, like with The Office. It's up there because it's really amazing. My boyfriend actually showed this show to me. I watched it with him, but he like rewatched it, and it is one of the best shows that I have ever seen. If you haven't seen this show, I definitely recommend that you give this show a watch. I really don't see why anybody would dislike it. I think it's so good. And this one is Breaking Bad. I really wish I would have seen it earlier because it is so good, but I'm glad that my boyfriend showed it to me because it's just so good. So it's pretty much about this chemistry teacher, and he gets, I think he gets cancer. I watched it a while ago, but I think it's cancer. But he gets sick pretty much, and he starts making meth with one of his old high school students, and he starts selling it, and like he becomes like this whole other like secret person, and he hides that from his family, and like they make a lot of money, but they also like get in like a lot of like situations, and the way it ends is like it was very sad, but then they made a movie after it, so it's called El Camino. That's the movie that they made, and it's like in continuation to the show. So if you haven't seen the show, probably don't watch that movie until after the show because it's like directly what happens after that. Breaking Bad is such a great show. I definitely recommend this one. I kind of saved this one for last. I know I said that I didn't put them in like a specific order, but I did leave this one for the end on purpose because this is honestly one of the best shows that I've ever seen. It's just so good. So yeah, so if you're gonna watch Breaking Bad, make sure to watch the movie El Camino after. It's a Netflix original, so I don't think they'll ever take it off, but make sure to watch that movie after. So those are just the shows that I've watched so far. I tried to write, I think I got them mostly all down, like all the shows that are my favorite. I really hope I did. If I didn't, then maybe I'll make another video soon, but I feel like that's a lot. I have some shows on Hulu that I've watched and some shows that are on Amazon Prime or like the Prime Video. Like a show, so if you guys like want to know some shows that I have in those two other like in Hulu and in Prime Video, then just comment that down below and I'll make another video of shows that I watch. I honestly have watched so many shows. It's like really bad how much TV I watch because TV is not that good for you. But like that's like my relaxing time, like how other people relax like doing other stuff. When I want to relax, I watch TV, or when I do homework, I like having something play in the background. So I've seen like a lot of shows, and if you guys have seen any of the shows that I mentioned, comment them down below. I'm super interested to find out which shows other people have seen, because I feel like a lot of the shows like everybody knows about, but then when I mention them, like a lot of people don't know about them. So any shows that you guys have seen, comment that down below. I hope I gave you guys new shows to watch and new like shows to give a try if you guys are bored during your quarantine and need new things to watch. I'm so sorry for this inconsistency of like the videos and the lighting and everything. It's just I had to switch from my phone to my sister's phone, then the light died, and then just so much happened. And Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you made it to the end, again, I hope I gave you guys some new shows to watch. Like always, any ideas for videos that you guys have, comment them down below. You guys help me so much when you tell me some new video ideas, because sometimes I'm kind of like, I don't know what to film next. So this video was kind of like just like an idea that I got. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I'll see you guys in my next video. And like always, stay safe. I hope you're having a great week, and most of all, yeah, stay safe, and I wish you guys the best. Bye.